documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of They, the Three Magic Questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
What's my name?
Yeah.
Hanz Hernke.
How do you spell that last name?
Hernke.
What is that? Is that German? Are you German?
Yeah.
100% German?
I think I have some other bits of me, like some French and stuff like that.
How long ago did you move to Hollywood?
10 years ago.
Where'd you move from?
Orlando.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Are
actually, hold on. August next month will be 11 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so August 2nd is my anniversary.
August 15th is my 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
But you're not from Orlando. You were born where?
In Wisconsin.
So you're a cheesehead?
Yep, I'm a big cheesehead.
You like cheese?
I love cheese.
Didn't someone ask you to stop eating cheese?
Yes, my trainer did.
Oh, and what did you tell your trainer when he stopped asking you to eat cheese? Or she?
I told her, asking a cheesehead to stop eating cheese is like asking a smoker to stop smoking.
And look at you, you're doing both.
Exactly.
Eating cheese and smoking.
Yeah. So, yeah, actually I found out today that my Uncle Jack died.
Oh.
Yeah.
He died? What is it?
Cancer.
How old was he?
You know, I don't remember how old he was. I know I think he was maybe a little bit younger than my dad.
Was he your dad's brother?
No.
Your mom's brother?
No, he was my dad's sister's husband.
Were you close with him?
I've had some moments, you know.
What kind of cancer?
That I didn't even get into that. What my dad called me the other day, and he said that
Uncle Jack is sick.
Yeah, Uncle Jack. Like I knew that he had something. I just really didn't poke and prod. Like, what kind of cancer do you have? I should have asked that question, but because that's always important. But I wanted to make sure that he was okay, and my dad said that Uncle Jack woke up on Saturday morning, and this past Saturday, and he's like, I'm still here. He's like, he knew that he was going to go soon, and he was ready to go.
Yeah, my dad went through the same thing. He was ready to go. He actually made the decision to go. They were going to cut his bladder out, and he said, no, I'm just going to die. And so for a year, we took care of him while he died.
Yeah.
So Saturday, Uncle Jack woke up and said he's still here. He was ready to go.
Yeah, and then this morning, I was on my phone, my Facebook on my phone, and I got an incoming text message, and I thought it's either from my little brother telling me that my uncle died, or it's from Lisa telling me that she maybe forgot something at home on our way to work. And when I logged off my Facebook and went to my text messages, sure enough, it was Uncle Jack. and died in Minnesota.
Cancer's getting everybody. What do you think's what do you think are the biggest causes of cancer?
Maybe stuff that they're spraying in the air.
Like chemtrails?
Yep. Chemtrails. Hold that thought. Am I off camera?
Yeah. What about
I got
electromagnetic
some bits of my cigar
like power lines,
microwaves?
microwaves, cell phones?
Sure. Yeah.
What about the water we drink, the food we eat, and the air we breathe?
Smoking.
Yeah, smoking. Although I don't smoke cigarettes. You don't smoke cigarettes.
No. Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's so much stuff that they could put in water and food now that we don't know about. And, like, people might think that they know everything that's in the water or the food, but there might be other stuff in there that we don't even know about.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me on set today at the Guinness World Records show that she was used to drinking coffee from overseas, like France. When she came back to America, the coffee grounds like Folgers was mostly chicory.
Chicory? What's chicory?
I think it's a wood. I don't know what it is, but she said it doesn't smell or taste like coffee. Like they might not even really be using mostly coffee beans anymore. Just feeding us some poisons that our bodies have gotten used to, or our taste buds.
So Folgers was basically ground up chips, wood chips?
Possibly, yeah.
Holy crap. Wow.
So what is... You came to Hollywood to be an actor, right? You're in the union?
Yep, I'm in the SAG-AFTRA union now.
Oh, that's right. It recently merged.
I was never a member of AFTRA. I was always working a few AFTRA jobs, and they got, they kept my checks and everything, but no, they didn't keep my checks. They gave them to me. Some other people that weren't AFTRA, they would work, and then their checks would be withheld until they joined. Me, I always got my checks.
You've had some major featured... You've been featured in a lot of major motion pictures. What can you give me a list of some of the motion movies that you've been featured in?
Sky High.
Who's in that?
Kurt Russell, Kelly Preston. Excuse me. I'm not doing that again. Films Sky High, Disney Sky High. Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston were in that. And that was a really fun Disney movie. Shot that back in 2005 on Disney Studios backlot in Burbank, at Cal State Northridge, and some studios in Glendale. And I was on that movie for 3 months.
Wow.
And it was a total blast. Met a lot of cool people. Everyone was really nice. And the director picked me and my friend John for this featured bit. And what was funny is when I met the director that day, there's like 200 of us sitting and holding. And I was sleeping. I had my head down.
Typical extra
Yeah,
on a big cattle call.
I was sleeping like this. And all of a sudden I hear an AD walk into the tent go, "Are there any union people in here? Are there any union people, SAG people in here?" And my friend like nudged me, he's like, "Hans, wake up." And I was like, "Me?" And he's like, "All right, you and you and you, come with me." And so we walked, and I was like, "What is this for?" He's like, "The director is going to look at you guys. I'd get rid of that red mark you have on your forehead." And that was from me sleeping, so I was like, "Oh, well, like this."
And then you made it even redder.
Yeah. What is that noise?
This might be the end of the world. This might be when we're finally invaded by aliens. Sounds like a UFO alien ship landing. Or, oh, no, I guess it's nothing.
Well, so he took me over to the director. The director looked at the three of us. There was my friend Al, he was an Asian guy, and there was some other dude, and there was me. The director looked at me, he's like, I like you. he's like, he told my friend Al, the Asian guy, I can't pick you because there's already a character that's Asian, and I don't want to confuse
The audience.
So I want you and John to do this scene. And the scene was we were walking in the schoolyard, and I nudged my friend, my laser eyes buddy, to hit the girl, freeze girl, the girl that has the freezing powers, hit her in the rear end with a laser bolt. So he does, and then she turns around and she freezes us.
Oh, nice.
And
this is in Sky High.
Yeah. And that was that scene actually was made in the trailer of the movie. I was very surprised to see that, and we had other little bits in the movie that made it into the movie. It was really fun, and yeah, I wish that I wish that I could still work on movies like that.
Why can't you?
I'm older now. No more 18 look younger. That's all out the door.
I don't know. If you dyed your hair black and shaved, you might be able to.
Yeah, I know, but then you still see all this.
You got to shave it real close. Put on some makeup.
Yeah, and then my voice too is a lot deeper.
You got to talk like this and go, hi, my name's Hanz Hernke.
I'm a Limj.
You're a Limj.
So
What's the story of Limj? Do you want to make it official? And
I would love to make the story of Limj
tell me,
official.
how do you spell Limj?
Lemj. Limj.
Lemj.
Capital L, lowercase e, M, capital J.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been case sensitive with it. So what's the story about Limj?
It was my first day of my freshman year in high school, Masters Academy.
What academy?
The Masters Academy.
What's that?
It's a Christian school in Oviedo, private Christian school.
Oviedo, Florida?
Uh-huh.
Where's Oviedo?
Oviedo is northeast of Orlando, small little town next to Winter Park and Altamont Springs, Geneva, places like that. So we all got our itinerary the first day of school, and the list of our classes and stuff, and one of the things I saw in there was math and Bible with Limj.
So a combined class of math and Bible?
Yeah, I would have my Bible class in the morning, and then after that, I would have my math class.
With the same teacher?
Yes, Limj. But his real name was Jeff Lemaster. And the reason why it said Limj on the itinerary is that they put an abbreviation of each of the teachers' names.
Right.
So I thought, Limj, it's rather catchy. So I asked him, like, can I call you Limj? He's like, no, you'll call me, Mr. Lemaster. I said, all right.
All right, Limj.
Yeah, pretty much. So occasionally I would call him Limj, and
on purpose or an accident?
a little bit of both. And
You're a little bit of a schemer, right?
Yeah. He didn't like that too much, so I think I got trouble a couple times for doing that. And
What, like detention or suspension? Did you ever get suspended for it? Just detention. What was the reason for the detention? Using the wrong name for the teacher?
Yeah, just being disrespectful.
Oh, disrespectful.
So I told him when I graduated, I said, hey, I'm going to do my best to get your name out there, Limj, as much as possible. And so I've been doing that. I got Ryan Seacrest to say Limj on the radio one time.
How'd you do that?
I called up the radio station and I requested my morning shout out be given to Limj, and sure enough, he's like, who's Limj? So Limj's my alter ego. He's like, all right. So he gave my morning shout out to Limj.
Nice.
Yeah. I've gotten one of the actors from The Breakfast Club to say it too.
Oh, like what, Ali Sheedy?
No. One of the main guys.
Judd Nelson?
Yes. I met him once and he's like, hi, I'm Judd Nelson. And I said, hey, nice to meet you. My name's Limj. And he goes, Limj? Yeah, so you can call me Limj if you want. He's like, all right, Limj. So I said that, and I have Limj Hernke.
Where'd you meet Judd Nelson?
On a set of a very, very terrible movie.
Oh, yeah, it didn't get distribution, right?
Mm.
It was all jacked up.
Yeah.
What was that movie filming under? What was the production name?
Little Hercules.
What was it distribute? Did it get DVD or any distribution?
No. The production was so unorganized, didn't do anything. Hulk Hogan was in it. He played Zeus. You can light it's right there. Then there was this little kid who played Hercules, and apparently he was really strong. Strongest kid in the world or something like that.
Young Hercules?
Yeah.
And it didn't go anywhere, huh?
No, and it was in 3D too, which made it even funnier.
Really? How long ago was this?
2004 or 5.
Who played the young kid?
That I don't remember his name, but he's world famous for being a strong, very strong kid.
But that's it? Did he ever do any other movies?
No.
Bad idea. They should have got an actor instead of a real strong kid.
Yeah, it was pretty unorganized. It was very terrible.
Where else have you used LMJ?
When I ran for president in 2008.
You ran for president?
Yeah.
Like of the United States?
Yeah, I ran against Obama and John McCain. I had my own campaign called the LMJ 08.
Was it on the ballot?
No.
Did anybody know about the campaign besides you?
Oh, I put it on my Facebook page, and people said they would vote for me. So, but I.
As
really,
a write-in?
Yeah, and it really didn't show on election day. So.
What happens if you get a majority election day vote? As a write-in?
Yeah, it might show up on TV. She's going to sheep.
Aw. Good night, sheep.
Come here.
Oh, they're doing the hand touch at the window. Oh, that's just magical. How romantic. That's Hans's fiance. He's gonna marry soon.
Is Tyler going to sleep? And you are too? With Bear? Okay, good. See you later. She's going to sleep with Bear.
Is that her son?
No. Tyler.
Who's Bear?
Her little stuffed animal.
Oh, how adult.
Yeah, right.
Nah, that's okay. I sleep with a pillow. It's stuffed. I just haven't named it yet.
No, actually, no. There's been a study about adults that when they travel, they bring a teddy bear, and it reminds them of home, and it brings them comfort while they're on the road. And
That's
I find
cool.
it very true.
Yeah. I might name my pillow. You know, that'd be a cool idea. Like teddy bear pillows. They're just regular pillows, but they're teddy bears.
Yeah. What would you call it?
The teddy pillow. You know who the teddy bear's named after? President Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah?
Teddy. It's true.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look it up on Google or Wikipedia. Is this all the wine that you have? Is there any more wine?
That was the last that was in the bottle.
Do you have any more alcohol in the house, like beer? Or?
I have a Stella.
After I finish this, can I have it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, what are some of the other movies that you've been featured in?
Oh, let's see.
You were a submariner in what movie? You were in the submarine.
Oh, cool, yeah. In Enemy Hands. I can't forget about that one.
In Enemy Hands.
Yeah.
Who starred in that?
Lots of cool people.
So if I turn on that movie, I'll see you clear as day?
Yes. William H. Macy, Scott Kahn, Jeremy Sisto, Till Schweiger, Thomas Kretschmann.
What year was that movie?
That was 2002.
Oh,
That was
really?
my first movie.
2002?
Yeah, that was my first movie when I moved out here.
2002. That was your first movie. And
Yeah.
were you union when you moved out here?
Yep.
You got union in Florida?
Yeah.
Did you do a lot? What'd you do? Commercial work in Florida or what?
Yeah.
Did you do any spokesperson stuff or
No.
speaking lines in commercials?
Yes.
Like what? What were some of the commercials?
The most prominent one was my golfing commercial that my agent got me.
Can you play golf?
No.
Would you have to swing a club, or did you just stand there and look like a golfer?
No, I didn't have to play golf at all. I didn't even have to look like I was golfing. That was kind of the funny part of the commercial, is I was kind of like a bum on the golf course. Wearing like a bucket hat and shorts and...
You played like Bill Murray in Caddyshack?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, something like that.
Can you imitate Bill Murray from Caddyshack?
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Can you do any voices? Any
Oh yeah,
character?
I know which one you know I can do really well.
No, which one?
Yeah, Bill Clinton.
Oh, go ahead. Pretend I'm Monica Lewinsky. You have a cigar.
Can't talk like that in the White House. It's inappropriate. You can't be talking like that. Look, President Obama, he's running again for president, but I don't think he's going to make it. Because you know why? The Democratic National Convention, I'm going to re-elect myself as president of the United States. I'm going to be running as the Democratic presidential candidate, not Obama. You got to be kidding me.
Under the LemJ campaign?
Yes, under the LemJ campaign.
You ought to put the LemJ campaign on Facebook and raise money for it. I mean, not Facebook, but Kickstarter.
On Kickstarter. Yeah. Kickstarter is very difficult.
I'm putting up Hollywood and Vine on Kickstarter tomorrow.
Kickstarter is very difficult unless you have a realistic goal of $2,000, $3,000.
I'm putting mine up for 10.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So what are some other movies you've been featured in?
I'm trying to think. Man, I know there was another one. Oh, American Pie.
Oh,
American Wedding.
Oh, American Pie, the American Wedding.
Yep.
Where do we see you in that movie?
The pre-wedding scene where they set up all the flowers, all the football players setting up the flowers. I had a really cool scene with Stifler,
Oh, really?
and it got cut out.
Do you see yourself in the movie then?
Yeah, you can still see. You see me and Stifler right before our scene, and that's when they cut it.
Why, did you have lines and they cut them out or something?
He was talking. He was basically talking to me in the scene, and I kind of nodded at him, and then he walked off. And it was a really funny scene. We did the scene like 30 times.
Damn.
Different angles, and we'd start laughing because it was just a really funny scene. And I couldn't believe they cut it out because I was fixing bows for the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And Stifler walks up, and he grabs the bow from me, and he's like, "What is this? Are you wiping your ass with this? Get back to work, fucker." I was like, and then I grabbed the bow and I went back to work. Did it 30 times.
They wouldn't let you say the line?
They gave a line out to somebody that day. I was really tempted just to go and volunteer and say no, but you just gotta do what you're told.
Yeah.
You know? But they gave a line out to somebody else that day. I was just really happy just to be working there and actually get to work with him.
What was he like?
He was really cool. He remembered me. The days that I worked like 3 or 4 days on the movie.
Did he come up and say hey?
Yeah. Come up, shake my hand, say good morning.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was really, really funny. Very laid back guy.
So, what is the what's the most important thing, I guess, regarding mankind and stuff that you're passionate about, that you want to talk about?
Freedom. It can't be more fitting for tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's 4th of July,
Yeah. Well, I put it this way.
2012.
Yes. December is going to be very interesting, huh?
Yeah, 21 December. My books talk about that. I hope a catastrophe doesn't happen. And boy, the sky seems really bright. And
Yeah, it does.
but I don't know, man. We're right in the middle of 2012, and there's been a few, like we just had a major major storm blast through the central part and the east part of the United States, and now millions of people are without power right now. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So as far as freedom, what kind of freedom are you talking about?
Just freedom of choice, and just less regulations, more freedom to do different things. Like, for example, to open up a business here in California. My friend and I are thinking about opening up like a pool hall or something, or a cigar place.
Mm-hmm. Or a combination cigar place, pool hall. That would be good.
And to do that out here is so hard because there's all these regulations. They're probably going to come down on us for the whole smoking thing. Then there's food. If there's food involved, they come down on you for that. And it's like, just leave me alone, really. And then the taxes that you got to pay for having a business out here are ridiculous. That's why people leave. Meg Whitman, the governor that was going to be the person that was running for governor last election.
Of California?
Yeah. One of the things she wanted to do was get rid of the $800 a year business tax on small businesses. That would have been great. That would have helped somebody out like me out to open up my own place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, you gotta have somebody like Jerry Brown that wants all that stuff in there, and it's like, it just blows my mind.
Well, you know, one of the things I've been studying about freedom and sovereignty is really kind of now a catchword for anybody who's against the government. If you're found to be attempting to be a sovereign, you can be arrested, but taxes are governed by the IRS. And do you know what the IRS stands for?
Yep.
What does it stand for?
Internal Revenue Limited.
Okay.
Internal Revenue Service.
Now, that's what most people think, but actually the IRS stands for Internal Revenue Service. And what they do is they take the IRS as a revenuing service. They handle your corporate fiction, your Social Security number account. That's your public trust, your all capitalized name. And what they do is they revenue debits and credits from one side of the ledger to the other. That's really their purpose. And if you know how to use their tax forms, then you can actually get all of your tax money back. You just have to know which forms to fill out and how.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people do. I've learned this at creditorsincommerce.com. So go to that link right there. Also, you have a birth certificate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why you can be arrested?
Nope.
Because you don't actually hold the title to your body, your human vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Your birth certificate was given to you by the person. Oh, cool.
What's
the
that?
person who has who holds your live certificate of birth. When you're born, right? Your live certificate of birth is turned over to the governor of the state. And then you are issued a birth certificate showing that you actually have a live certificate of birth. And then the governor takes your live certificate of birth and sells it as a negotiable instrument on the international banking market.
So the governor of Wisconsin did that a long time ago when I was born?
Yeah. So you don't actually hold the title to your body. Now, if you were to get a life certificate of birth and reclaim title to your body, legally you could not be arrested because you would be controlling your body. But under admiralty law right now, because you do not have possession of the life certificate of birth, you don't have control over your body. And that's the thing about Americans or people across the planet. They don't have control over their life certificate of birth, or thus their human vessel. They don't have control over their automobiles or their property because they don't hold the title, the manufacturer's statement of origin. They only have a certificate of title. And then, of course, they don't have control over their property because they don't have the grant deed. And the grant deed is held at the county recorder's office. You just have a certificate of title. Most people don't know that.
Interesting. Well, never been arrested before in my life, so.
Lucky.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
When you run for president again, what platform are you going to run under? What's your what are you going to be the main issues? Because a president needs to understand foreign policy, domestic policy, and I guess all kinds of things that the president or CEO of the United States Corporation needs to know about. So, as far as freedom goes, how would you debate freedom, taxes, and things like that?
Good question.
What do you want to talk about? Tell me what you're...
Did you hear that?
What?
Every time I'm out here smoking, you hear all the doors and all the windows close.
Oh, really? They can smell it? Man, this is a back porch. It's blowing upward.
That's why I do it late at night.
Yeah.
So, well, I think that the current tax rates are good enough. They're fine. Yes, the rich get their little tax breaks, but
remember, as I said before, if you know how to fill out the right tax forms, you can get all of your tax money back.
Yeah.
The IRS is actually there to help you. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, when they say that the rich aren't paying enough in taxes, I look at the tax bracket, and they're paying a higher rate than the middle class is. I don't get it. And I never heard of somebody that makes $20,000, $30,000 a year, like a middle class person, hiring people and starting their own business. Have you?
No, they can't afford it.
Exactly. So when people say, "Oh, the rich aren't job creators," yeah, they are. Who's signing your paychecks? Will Hickey, the party staff?
Will Hickey, party staff.
Yeah, I mean, the party staff was probably started a long time ago by a wealthy person.
Right.
That probably had his own parties. It was like, hey, I need to have a staff for my party. I'm gonna start the party staff. The party staff started in what, 1980 something?
I don't know the history of the party staff.
We'll have lunch with Will Hickey and we'll talk to him about that.
It's a good idea. Maybe it's on their website too. Partystaff.com.
You gonna put the little ticker at the bottom?
Yeah, right there, right by your finger. It's gonna zip by. Yep, there it is.
That's funny. So, and then I would definitely be drilling for all of our own energy resources, so that would create a lot of jobs here in America, and lower our oil prices too.
What do you think about solar power?
Solar power? Well, look at the past companies that have already tried that. They're bankrupt.
Why is that? Is that because the public isn't catching on, or
they're not catching on?
It takes a total. It costs like $6,000 or $10,000 to configure your home for solar power, doesn't it?
Yeah. Some people can afford that. Some people can't.
Yeah.
And I'm for alternative energies, but while we're exploring those options, let's keep using the resources we have too. Not just, okay, tomorrow we're going to stop using oil and we're going to use wind and solar. No.
And there's also wave energy too, from ocean.
Just keep using the oil that you have while you're exploring and developing your resources. I look at it this way. I have a neighbor. We have a neighbor that thinks that the world oil is peaking. He thinks that one day we'll wake up and all of a sudden there'll be no oil. And people are going to have to start writing courses and growing their own plants and stuff like that. I understand that scenario, but that's not going to happen. We still have, in America, we still have a ton of oil underneath us right now, more so than Saudi Arabia. We could totally outdo Saudi Arabia right now if we just drilled for our own oil. So look at it this way.
Maybe they're looking long term. Bleed Saudi Arabia dry.
And then we start.
And then we take over.
Exactly. That's one of the things that people.
As long as the Earth doesn't shift on its axis 19 degrees and recreate. But where is this oil in the United States? Isn't it in Alaska?
Oh, it's in Alaska. It's in North Dakota, South Dakota, Colorado. It's all over the place.
Really, the central plate of the United States. So that's good.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. We have so much of this oil that when I talk to somebody that believes in peak oil about drilling, they say, "Oh, it's not going to matter. It's not going to help us." Okay, well let me put it this way. Let's say we were running out of water.
Yeah.
And underneath you was a crap load of water, like you had a refrigerator filled with all this fresh water. And the world is saying, "Oh, the world, it's going to peak, there's no more water left." Yeah, I guess I agree with you. There's no more water left, even though I have a crap load below me. Yeah, let's look for alternatives. No, what would you do? You would open that up and you'd start using that water while you're developing your alternatives. I don't understand why people would just want to drop using oil tomorrow and go towards something else.
Mm.
And a lot of the oil, the drilling now, people are misconceived about that too. I say, oh, the pipes are bad for the environment. Oh, those pipes now are underground. They're not above ground, and some of them actually are above ground. The older ones are. And you know what? The animals up in the Arctic, they go over to those pipes when it's cold, and they keep warm by them. Proven. It's totally proven. So those pipes have actually helped animals out that are cold.
That's cool. Almost domesticated in a way.
Yeah. So you won't hear about that from other sources, but.
What do you think about the 9/11 attacks? Who do you think was responsible for the attacks on the World Trade Center?
Government.
Which government?
Definitely not Bush's.
Definitely not
No,
Bush's?
No. If people think Bush and Dick Cheney were really, really stupid, how come you're blaming a masterminded attack on that scale on two stupid people that you think are really stupid? Think about that. They might have known stuff about it, and I think other previous administrations might have known stuff about it, but I used to believe in the official story, and then after doing research and watching the videos, there's something funny going on.
You told me a story about one time about people who believe in something and then you asked them about the government. Maybe it wasn't you. It might have been Scott.
No, I know. I know exactly where you're going with this.
Go ahead.
The global warming thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a way you can stump a diehard global warming fanatic. You ask them 3 questions. First question is, do you believe in the 9/11 attacks? Do you believe that what the government told you about 9/11? That person would say, oh, no, I don't. No, it's all a lie. I don't believe in the official story. The government lied to us. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I understand that. Next question. Do you believe what the government told you about the war in Iraq and the weapons of mass destruction? Oh, no, I don't believe in that. That was all another lie to further their agenda for oil and this and that. And okay, cool, I got you. Question number 3. Do you believe in the government telling you about global warming? Usually they're very speechless after I ask them that question. And they think about it and they're like, oh, yeah, the government was shoving that down my throat. Gee, I wonder why. So yeah, those are the 3 questions you ask a diehard global warming fanatic.
What do you think about global warming, and is there global warming? And if so, or what's your opinion on global warming?
I definitely believe there's climate change, but it's not made by us. The Earth goes through lots of patterns and cycles, different phases all the time. And, I mean, look at it this way. California leads a very strict environmental policy. Do they honestly think that their environmental policy is going to make any dent on the so-called climate change in the entire freaking globe? No. But these people out here totally believe that, oh my goodness, we're going to help the planet out by doing this. Excuse me? Really? California alone is going to help the entire planet out by regulating smog and plastic bags and what kind of gas blends we use for our cars. Get me? No. It's all about controlling your decisions. It's all about the government coming in and telling you what kind of cars you can drive, what kind of gas you need to use for your car, how much electricity you're supposed to use, what kind of bulbs you're supposed to use. You can't use plastic bags. Cow flatulence causes global warming. We need to tax farmers on cow flatulence. It's all freaking BS. And when I tell somebody I don't want the government in my life, in those parts of my life, they get all offended by that. I said, okay, fine. If you want to have the government controlling your life and telling you what to do and making your decisions, hey, that's cool, but me, I don't want that. So why would you be offended if I told you no?
What does the word government mean to you?
Corruption.
Now, let me say this and see if you agree with it. The United States government is actually the United States corporation, and all countries with governments are actually corporations, not really governments. A government is a governing body that governs a corporation. Would you agree that the United States government is actually the United States corporation?
I'd have to look more into that. I would definitely have to look more into that little research.
Okay. And let's just say that the United States government is a corporation. You, by your Social Security card,
An employee.
you're an employee of the United States corporation.
That's kind of like what I feel like. I feel like I'm a slave to my government.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
You're an employee, which is slavery, really.
Yeah.
Because they take a certain percentage of every dollar that you make as a citizen. And the citizen, I believe, is just a U.S. citizen is really just a U.S. government corporation employee.
Pretty much.
If someone came out and said, hey, everyone on the planet, we can stop all of these government corporations from running our lives, and we really have the power. On a certain date, everyone disenroll from their government corporation. This will get rid of all of the government corporations and the monetary system. Would you, on that date, tear up your United States Social Security card and declare sovereignty?
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. What do you think about UFOs?
UFOs are pretty cool. Seen one.
You saw a UFO?
I did. And
Tell-
it wasn't a satellite.
Tell me that story.
Wow, I was up in Land Lakes, Wisconsin, up on my cabin, and I was laying out in the dock, and I was looking at the night sky. The night sky there, you can see everything, every single freaking star, and as I was looking up in the night sky, I see this thing, this light moving across the sky in a very straight line. I thought to myself, well, that's probably a satellite, because they do that. You can follow the patterns and everything. So, I looked at it for a while, and it was going at a nice normal speed, and then it stopped. I was like, satellites don't do that. Planes.
Right, because satellites are usually geosynchronous or heliosynchronous. They either stay in a fixed position and rotate with the Earth, or they have their own orbit and they rotate around the Earth.
Yeah. Very good.
So continue with your story. This light stopped.
Excuse me. I want to take a pause for a second.
Yeah, that's cool. I can
So,
edit.
yeah, the light that I saw was moving across the sky in a very straight line, and it stopped. And I thought to myself, a satellite doesn't do that. Neither does an airplane nor a helicopter. No, this thing was not a helicopter because it didn't have any flashing lights on it. And then, like, 30 seconds later, I see it just taking off fast. I mean, this thing was moving super fast. Plane,
Was this up in outside the? This was at night. You saw this?
Yeah.
So it was likely what, outside of the atmosphere, or?
Yeah. Planes don't do that. And neither do helicopters. And it wasn't a meteor either. It was, something was up there, and I followed it all till past the horizon. And I followed it with binoculars too.
So it stopped moving and then it took off at a speed faster than what you saw it moving at the first time?
Yep.
And then it disappeared over the horizon.
Uh-huh.
Is that your only UFO experience?
Yeah.
Do you know what UFO stands for?
Unidentified flying LMJs.
Yes.
Unidentified flying objects.
So what do you think is in those LMJs?
It could be a governmental experimental craft. What do you think? Yeah.
Maybe experimental, or maybe something that they don't even have to experiment with anymore, that they just have pretty much developed. So a government craft that can move at speeds that we aren't accustomed to, and under a technology that we don't have any idea about.
Mm-hmm.
What about, do you believe that some of those UFOs or UFLMJs might be powered by beings that are non-human?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah.
How old do you think the Earth is?
I think it's probably like maybe 2,500 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think it's like 7 billion years old?
Yeah, I don't know. They throw so many numbers around, like 13 billion, 5 million, 6 trillion. It's like, what's the number? I'm just going by what the Bible said.
How old does the Bible say the Earth is?
It doesn't really give an age.
How do you think the Earth was created?
By God.
Is that somebody that you recognize?
No.
Maybe they're going to catch the bus.
Maybe. Okay. The last comment I just said, I sound really freaking stupid.
I can edit it. In fact, I'll give you final edit on all this when we go. When I edit this interview, you can come down and sit next to me and cut out whatever you want. What about aliens? Do you believe that life forms from another planet or another dimension exist and are visiting our planet? Or do you think that life only exists on Earth and no place else in the universe? Yeah, wait for this to go over and then... because I can edit out this pause.
Yeah, I do believe that they're around.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, I do believe that they're around. I also believe that they could possibly be demonic entities as well. Demons disguising themselves to be alien creatures. Because the Bible does say that Satan and his angels can transform themselves into angels of light and different things. So it could be that, just to deceive us. But, even if there's microscopic life on Mars, that's considered alien life,
Yeah, alien to us, native to Mars.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Earth is a sentient, living entity with a mind and a soul?
No.
What provides life for you?
A soul.
But where were you born?
In a womb.
On Earth?
Yeah.
And all species on this planet come from the Earth. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but my mom wasn't made from the earth, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, the earth didn't make my mom.
No, she came from her mom. But where do you think humans came from?
You mean like Adam and Eve?
Or just humans?
God. They were made in his image.
Did God create everything in the known universe?
Yep.
Did God create the good and the bad?
No.
Who created the bad?
Free will.
Free will. Who created free will?
God.
So, by proxy, could you say that God created the bad too? I don't know. I don't want to argue religion with you. I'm not going to argue, actually. I'm just asking questions, doing this. What else you want to talk about?
Lim J. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what else is on my mind right now. 4th of July?
Yeah, what are you going to do for the 4th of July today? Or tomorrow?
Oh, it's today.
Is it midnight already?
12, almost 12:30.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to lunch with Lisa's parents' house. See some of her relatives, and we're gonna go to a barbecue.
Oh, yeah, you're getting married to Lisa, right?
Yeah.
What's the wedding date?
10, 11, 12.
Oh, cool. 10, 11, 12. That's neat.
Yep.
Did you pick that date on purpose?
She did.
For the numbers, or just because it worked out that way?
She just thought it was very catchy.
10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Where are you guys getting married?
Sherman Oaks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Where's your reception?
Toluca Lake.
Ah. Oh, wow. So you're going to go from a church in Sherman Oaks to a reception hall in Toluca Lake?
Uh-huh.
That's like across town. Kind of. Right?
10 minutes away from each other.
What's the facility that you're going to have the reception at?
A restaurant called Decache.
Ah, Decache. Is that where you filmed with the William H. Macy lookalike at the phone booth?
No. That was at Al Dente. Good cafe in Studio City.
All right, well, thanks, Hanz, for this enlightening interview. Maybe you'll be our future president. I'll vote for you. I'll write you in as a candidate
Vote for
night.
LMJ.
Yeah, vote for LMJ.
Are you really going to put LMJ in the 2012 ballot?
I'm going to put Hanz Hernke. Unless you're going as LMJ.
LMJ would be great.
Yeah, I'll put LMJ on there.
Really? You're registered to vote here in California?
No, but I will.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. You going to vote for LMJ? Is that what you vote for every time you vote?
Is Scott registered too?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, that'd be so funny to have LMJ on the ballot.
All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Hanz, for this interview.
Welcome. Do it again soon.
Yeah, we'll do it again soon. Say peace and good night to the audience, to the Ronald show.
Peace and good night, Ronald. It's the Ronald Show, starring Ronald.
The human race will die.
Oh, really?
The first commandment is to maintain a global population under 500 million. Do you know what that means? It means 6.5 billion people are going to die at the hands of the Illuminati unless we stop the Iranians from detonating that dirty nuclear bomb at the Hollywood and Vine train station.
The Iranian suicide bomber cell is located at the Vibe Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard.
This isn't Scooby-Doo.
Please!
A little blood drinking turned your stomach?
Guide them through the bomb. What is this, fucking Batman and Robin?
I had become part of something that I no longer felt right about serving. It's Hollywood and Vine, not Vine Hollywood. Don't you know anything about American culture, you silly Russian? The global military-industrial complex. Leading the charge of the carnal feminist.
Ah, yes. The Messiah.
My book. It's the solution.
How is that the way the world is?
Traitor, who are you working for?
If I was cartoon character, I'd be Woody Woodpecker.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Gulf Stream waters to the New York Island, this land was made for you